In consumer news this hour, millions trying to log in to popular sites, services, and apps were logged off as Amazon Web Services experienced a major outage. Snapchat, Reddit, Amazon, and Venmo are just some of the affected companies. Amazon says its domain name system caused the problem. An initial fix did not immediately solve all the issues. They say there's no indication that the outage was the result of a cyber attack. It's just the latest major internet failure demonstrating the world's online dependence. And there's a designer shaking up the world of fashion, taking clothing from thrift stores around the country and turning them into high-end runway-ready designs. CBS's Jared Hill has more.
In the high-priced world of high fashion, Evan Hirsch is designing haute couture from the bargain bin.
It used to be a Halloween costume.
This ball gown is one of nearly 24 upcycled garments the designer made for Goodwill's first ever New York Fashion Week runway show.
This originally was like a short lace dress, and I completely added this new skirt.
It's a partnership that started with a TikTok.
I found a dress at the thrift store, added over 2,000 beads by hand, and returned it straight back to the rack. I had never worked with garments that were pre-loved.
Now, reimagining thrifted clothing has become a bit of a calling.
A dress could be upcycled into something that would be good for like a prom.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like so many people want a custom one-of-a-kind dress for their special day, and I think this is a great way to do it at a better price point and also in a really eco-friendly way.
With the rise in cheap fast fashion, textile waste has ballooned to 92 million tons a year. But James Reinhart, CEO and founder of online consignment retailer ThredUp, says he's starting to see a shift.
I think people are reacting to the sort of proliferation of products and product pollution in apparel and looking for a different way to consume.
Lawmakers are also looking to tackle textile waste. In 2024, California passed the nation's first law requiring clothing producers fund and participate in the collection, repair, and recycling of their products. Hirsch is hoping his story can inspire.
What would you recommend for someone who's in a store looking at garments and maybe can't yet see the second life?
I would just think about what you want to wear. Like, I would start backwards and think about something that you would dream to own.
Threading a way to a more sustainable future. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Live, local, late breaking. This is 44 News. We begin today with a breaking news alert.
Thanks for joining us at 5. Breaking news just in. The PGA announced today that the Korn Ferry Tour Championship will be moving away from the tri-state. The championship will now take place at the Federal Club in Hanover County in Virginia. The professional level golf tournament will be in that region for at least the next 4 years.
Please, hurry, please.
Turning to our other big story at this hour, a small child is recovering tonight following a horrific incident on Sunday. Just this afternoon, we learned the identity of that driver who's accused of hitting the child on Joan Avenue. Neighbors in the area are wanting officials to address concerns about speeding in the area. 44 News reporter Courtney Green dives deeper into what happened and the call for action.
A man is now facing charges following a hit and run of a small child that happened on Sunday.
Oh, baby. Oh. Yes, I need an officer. I need an ambulance right now. A toddler was just hit. Yes, please, baby. Where on Joe?
Court records tell us that a white minivan driven by 49-year-old Michael Peace was flying down Joan Avenue when the child was hit.
I was inside when it happened. It had a loud boom, like someone had literally hit the side of my house. It was that loud.
Residents told me that at that time, kids were out playing in the yards with their mother supervising them.
The mother had more kids than just that, so we all just came together and helped her out a little bit.
Now, we learned from talking to residents that child is luckily okay. The family and neighborhood shaken, but after stitches, they returned home later that night. Police say they found Peace in a parking lot at the Arrowhead Motel where he claimed he did not hit a kid. But a witness at the motel told police Peace had been smoking meth and was giving them a ride home when he hit the child and refused to stop.
He did admit to driving the vehicle. However, he did not admit to hitting the child. But due to all the evidence that we had, the detective did determine that there was enough probable cause to make an arrest.
Now, this isn't the first time neighbors have seen an incident like this. I spoke to several people today who say they have brought up the issue of speeding to city officials a couple months back.
If we had some signage or some speed bumps, that would help tremendously. We have a lot of kids, a lot of animals get loose, kids running after them. So it's a busy street.
Something else I noticed on the block was a brand new fire hydrant. You may think, why is that important? Norman Hess told me a driver was speeding in the area about 2 months ago before hitting the hydrant.
Oh yes, it's brand new. Well, we had a guy across from us here run over it. He hit this, he hit the trash can, had the water meter underneath the car and dragging it down the road. They took him to jail, and the next day he was out here with a different car driving it. I thought, what the heck's going on?
Hess said he's hoping to have a speed bump, child playing area, handicap signs, and other signage there as well.
We need all them in this area because they fly through here like a bat out of hell.
Peace faces a long list of charges, including DUI, drug possession, and leaving the scene of a crash causing bodily injury. Reporting in Evansville, Courtney Green, 44 News.
Thank you, Courtney. And just in, we've learned Peace will be in court for an initial hearing on October 23rd. Court records show his bond has been set at $250,000. Well, digging deeper tonight, research from Safe Kids Worldwide says every hour, about 2 kids under the age of 19 are injured or killed after being struck by a vehicle while walking. 1 out of 5 kids under the age of 15 who have lost their lives in a traffic-related accident were pedestrians. Kids under the age of 6 tend to be involved in pedestrian accidents near homes, such as a driveway or neighborhood street, just like the one we reported on Sunday. Late breaking at this hour, a man facing attempted murder charges has been arrested following a stabbing in Evansville. The Vanderbilt County Sheriff's Office arrested Brian Douglas Sheeney this afternoon. Deputies say on Sunday they responded to a home on Meridian Drive where they found 2 victims with knife wounds. After Sheeney left the home, deputies say he attacked a victim outside, stabbing him before attempting to stab the victim in the head. The second victim intervened, sustaining a hand injury. Sheeney faces 2 counts of attempted murder and burglary charges. A trial date has been set for a man charged with murder and burglary. Records show Jalen Drone appeared in court this morning. Authorities say he's charged in connection to an incident at a home on Sweetser Avenue back in May after 3 armed suspects reportedly broke into the home. 22-year-old Mekhi Maxwell was shot and killed during that incident. Court records show his jury trial is now set for January 26th of next year. Well, an odd arrest occurred this weekend for Madisonville police after they say a woman came to the station around 7 a.m. on Friday. An officer was sitting in their patrol vehicle in the back parking lot of the Madisonville Police Department when Brittany Garcia pulled up and parked next to him. According to the officer, Garcia asked the officer if he could help her. Police say when they opened the door, a large jar of marijuana fell out of the vehicle. She was arrested on public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and trafficking in marijuana. Well, the Indiana State Police is partnering with the DEA for a drug take-back day this weekend. On Saturday, the DEA is sponsoring its nationwide prescription drug take-back initiative. It seeks to prevent prescription drug abuse and theft through proper disposal of prescription drugs. Unwanted medications may be dropped off at any Indiana State Police post on Saturday between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
It's important for everyone to know that we don't care who you are. We're not asking for your IDs. We just want you to take the time and bring the drugs to us so we can properly dispose of those drugs.
Collection sites will accept expired, unused, and unwanted prescription drugs, which will be properly disposed of without threat to the environment. The program is for liquid and pill medications. Vaping pens without batteries and vaping cartridges will also be taken. However, needles, new or used, will not. Co-workers of a Gibson County man who tragically passed away last week are raising money for his family. Dylan Costin died on Wednesday night in Fort Branch from a suspected carbon monoxide exposure. Now, his former family at Toyota, where he worked for 6 years, is coming together to raise money for Dylan's mother. So far, over $3,100 has been raised. Well, it'll be another chilly night across the tri-state. Storm Team 44 Chief Meteorologist Griffin Glasscock is tracking some seriously fall-like conditions, Griffin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the fall lovers out there, you all should be pretty happy with what has returned to our area, and it looks to stay for quite some time. Beautiful skies, though. It doesn't matter how it feels outside. I mean, it looks beautiful out there, and it's going to continue to be that way as we go through a good portion of this week. We're expected to stay dry. Temperatures right now coming in right around the mid to upper 60s, so we have started to fall off slightly. Winds are coming in still pretty breezy out of the south, but as we do go into the next several hours, those wind gusts should start to die off slightly. And tomorrow, we're going to do it all over again. So we might as well get used to it. Temperatures are going to stay pretty much on par with where we were today for the afternoon. We've got clear skies, not much happening, but out to our north and west, we're watching this little frontal boundary that's going to sweep through. But by the time it gets to the tri-state, we shouldn't really be looking at rainfall. And if we do see any moisture, it's not going to be much. It is going to reinforce those cooler temperatures, though, as we go through the middle to later half of this week. So looking at tonight, temperatures do get cooler, back down into the upper 50s. So we do need to grab the hoodies, anything that would keep yourself comfortable if you're going to be out and about. Then we'll start to increase cloud cover as that front starts to push through. Temperatures, though, overnight really are not going to fall off that much due to the cloud cover sticking around. So that is one good thing. We won't be dealing with as cold of temperatures as we head into your Tuesday morning. So right now we're tracking another cold front, and that will bring us another round of cooler air as we head through the back half of this week. Also, winds will stay breezy, and then that could lead to some patchy frost as we go into the back half of this week. We'll break it all down for you coming up in your 7-day forecast.
Now turning to a traffic alert starting late tonight, crews will be tearing down the old pedestrian bridge along the Lloyd Expressway. Crews will have a portion of the Lloyd Expressway closed near St. Joe. A detour for westbound lanes will have you turn north on St. Joe. A detour for eastbound lanes will have you turn south on Barker Avenue. The pedestrian bridge dates back to 1957. The new bridge should be in place by summer 2026. That closure will run from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Well, police are hunting down brazen thieves who robbed France of some of its most precious crown jewels. What we know at this time about the heist.
We're going from the thrift rack to the runway. I'm Jared Hill with the story of a designer behind the ultimate upcycle, plus some tips on how you can spruce up some of the things you find at the secondhand store.